Holy shit. We bombed Iran. What is happening? Democrats are now more patriotic than the goddamn Iranians. You got Iranians screaming MAGA, go Uncle Trump. And then now all the fucking liberals are trading in their Palestinian flags for Iranian flags. What's wrong with these people?
It is actually fucking crazy as shit.
What's the matter with them?
Just watching some of the protests, it's almost like a double slap in two faces. One for America and one for the Iranian people. You know, it's kind of sad. Like, liberals are fucking ruthless vampires.
Yeah, I don't understand. They're like the simplest, most predictable people in the world. Like, they're just so, they hate America. Anything it stands for.
And
unbelievable.
And, you know, like, I understand what you're saying when you say they hate America. I don't know if they hate America. I just don't think that they like America run the way it's ran. They don't like rules. They don't like to be told what to do. They're a bunch of fucking crybabies. It's kind of funny and, you know, comical in a way, just watching the way they interact with the media and the
Humans.
American people, their social media pages. They're a bunch of fucking snowflake clowns. And all they can say is, Trump is a pedophile and Trump MAGA.
Yeah, dude. It's interesting watching them because they're just so simple, right? It's like they talk about defunding the police and they talk about defunding this and defunding that until they need help, right? And then all of a sudden they're like, "Oh, we need help." And it's like, "Oh, now you want to make a fucking phone call." But they want their cake and eat it.
Yeah, absolutely. But you know what's really funny? I don't know if you ever do this and troll a little bit, but I love it. It's fun. So recently I've gone to a couple pages consistently, religiously, almost every single day just to see what other people are saying. Like, I don't know where this has come from and where Ellen came back on the scene, but she's been actively posting on her Ellen Show page, like past episodes and funny moments and stuff like that. And it's cool. It would be great, but the only problem is she's so been exposed. Like, the first 50 to 60 comments will be like, anybody want to have a pizza party? I don't play so far. I mean, it's just nonstop. Like, they butchered the shit out of them. Ilhan Omar, people are asking for their money back. They butcher them. And I'm actually happy because people used to be scared to do that in fear of like, oh my God, I'm going to be canceled. No, you're insignificant, nothing. And I wish people would have done it 8 years ago. We wouldn't be in this mess.
You got canceled because you're a fucking pedophile. That's why you got canceled, bitch. Not because we didn't like you, because you're a sick fuck. That's why you got canceled.
Oh, are you speaking of Ellen?
Yeah.
I think she
wait, where is she at these days? Didn't she?
I have no idea, but just seeing her posts recently, you know, when they were posted, it'll say like, it'll be the post and at the top of it 9 minutes ago or just now or something. And it is funny. You should check the page out. You'll see pizza comments everywhere.
Listen, I love hearing people waking up, you know, and you know, we talk about this all the time about the love-hate thing about this show. And it's like, it can get dark, dude. It can get dark. And it feel like I'm always angry now. Like, even like with the kids, I got to like kind of step back a little bit. Like, I'm always on edge because of the information that I've been researching and taking in. I'm like, holy shit, dude, this is crazy.
Yeah, no, it's definitely stressful. And, you know, at least for me, it has me always thinking, what's the worst that can happen if it's this bad right now? You know, like, what's the worst case scenario? I don't know. It's kind of scary at times. It really is. It's scary,
you know,
just knowing it. It's scary, like talking about it on a podcast.
Yeah, exactly. Like, at any given moment, like, I'm waiting for one of the 3-letter acronym teams to come busting through my office window.
Yeah, but imagine how many people have the Shelley syndrome versus people like you and I who are just a little bit more prepared, like at least prepared with a state of consciousness of what's going on in the world, I think is advantageous to us versus someone that does have the Shelley syndrome.
Or is it better to have the Shelley syndrome where you don't have all this shit? Like I remember when we first started the show, we were both like, man, this is really therapeutic. And now I'm like, now I need fucking therapy because of all the shit we talk about. I'm like, God damn, this went from, you know, being therapeutic to like causing trauma. It's, you know, because the more you look at, right, the more you read into, the more stories that you're interested in, it's just like a lot of like, what? Like I see videos now all the time, and I don't believe a fucking video I see. I don't care.
Oh my God, I just had that feeling last night, like how we've become almost professional at spotting a fake. And it's funny, you wanted to have that episode about AI versus real.
Mm-hmm.
And just yesterday, I'm watching this video and I'm like, oh my God, watching the video, it looks very real. But knowing some of the things that I know, it had Sora written all over it. I was like,
Yeah,
this
yeah,
was
yeah.
made on Sora. 100% it was. It's
But
the
the Shelly
way
effect is
AI
like, oh
does
my
things.
God, that's so real. You know, like I've
Yes.
seen a couple with like bombs and like missiles and like blowing up buildings, and I'm like, nope, not real. Nope.
Yep,
But
not real.
that's scary though. Like what happens if you see a video that is very real and you're like, ah, it's AI.
Now, you
You
have
know,
to admit, it has come a long way.
they're
And
getting good.
you have to sit there for a second if you're a novice to it. I mean, you and I, honestly, I really do believe the second I see it, I'm like, nope, AI, because we look at so much of it, you know? Shit, we create some.
I
I
will say
mean,
this though, in the last 6 months, AI has insanely gotten better.
yes,
For
absolutely.
example, before, like it always used to struggle with like limbs, like fingers, water. It was never good at water.
Fingers are ridiculous. Fingers and feet.
Yeah, there might be like 7 fingers on a hand or fucking 2 arms, 2 left arms. But from now,
My
like
sound
lately,
okay?
dude, huh?
My sound okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nowadays, dude, like I have to like double take things. You know, I've made videos of friends and family and I send it to them and they're like, when was that? I'm like, never. I just made it. Like, what are you talking about? That never
Never. I
happened.
love that answer.
Yeah, like the first picture I ever took of my wife, I made it into a video and she was like, I must have been fucked up that night. I'm like, that never happened. I made that on like Grok.
That's
It's
funny.
crazy. But
It is crazy.
I think we're kind of gotten to the point where like we've been talking about changing into more of like a comical side of it because it's just, sometimes I wish I didn't know as much as I know because it's, like watching the Hillary and Bill Clinton testimonies.
That was
Like I saw something
interesting.
this morning and it just I feel nauseous when I see these people like they're just
You know what's
and you know
scary?
what?
To me, what's scary is people don't even realize how quickly they have this information at their fingertips nowadays, yet they choose not to do it. It kind of like makes me feel like people are just avoiding something. I don't know.
You know what scares me?
Don't you want to be in the know
Yes. And you know
when it
what?
comes to the security of your children? And, like, look at that thing we were talking about last episode or the episode before, Project 2030 or whatever. People
Yeah.
will be happy with nothing.
Yep.
Like,
Oh, nothing be happy.
whether that's going to happen or not, we have no idea. We have to wait until then. But just imagine if that became a reality. I
Well,
would lose my mind.
it's like
All your
buying
freedom is
survival
gone.
food. You
What?
either buy it's like survival food. You know what? Hey, the grid might go down. Oh, probably won't. But guess what, bitch? If it does, my closet's full of fucking food to feed my family, and you
Yeah,
just,
but that,
you know what I'm saying?
it's
Like
only
people.
temporary, those types of things. I think that if something like that ever went down, man, there would be a lot of depressed people.
Oh yeah, there'd be a lot of unaliving themselves. But my point is to like what you were saying is to be in the know. Like you should know how to protect yourself if something were to happen. A lot of these people are just NPC, dude. They're just going in like blinder view, right? Like they don't know how to take care of themselves. They don't know how to, you know, that's why they all laugh at us like, oh, these guys, you're a conspiracy theorist, you're crazy. Well, guess what, bitch? We're winning 1,000-0. Like we're doing all right. But you know what kills this scares me the most is I see like nowadays, like remember when the sickness of 2020 came out and everything was like, oh,
The AI
misinformation,
flu.
misinformation, da 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 da. Right nowadays, it's not even misinformation. It's just like straight up clickbait lies. Like they'll fucking post. Dude, I saw something yesterday that said, "Watch this video of Pete Hegseth absolutely lose his shit and goes crazy ballistic." And of course, I watch it, and he's having a conversation. He's like, "What did you think we were going to do? Of course, we were going to do that. That we have to protect our
Yeah.
people."
There's a
And
page on Facebook I follow, Breaking 360 News.
but it's
My
like that
God,
that's
every
going
post
ballistic.
lie.
Yeah, so it's all for clickbaits and but more importantly, you see something like I said about the Hodge twins. It's like Hodge twins completely turn on Trump and MAGA and they're leaving this conservative party and da, da. And immediately when you go to the comments, it's like, yeah, fuck Trump, fuck MAGA, blah, blah. And it's like, did any of you spend 20 seconds of research?
To even
20
find out
seconds.
who the Hodge twins are.
20 seconds, you could have found out if that was true or not. I'll give you a great example. I see a thing yesterday and it said, Tom Hanks' Greek citizenship revoked due to pedophile, whatever, right? And I'm like, holy shit, is that all? And immediately I'm like, let me fact
Clickbait.
check that. I go back in. No, it's not true. But the comments are like, that's what you get, karma, karma, karma. And I'm like, dude, spend some fucking time researching.
The
learn,
people that
be
make
smart.
me the most upset are the people on our side, because
Yeah,
they also fall for it. And I'm like, yo, 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 wake up, guys.
Both sides fall for it, dude. They're
Oh
both.
my God, do they ever?
It's instead of doing any, like, for example,
Hasn't it become boring fact checking all these things, knowing that? Well, actually, it's not boring. It's kind of enlightening to know that there
I'll
are
call them out too.
this many people out there who fall for it.
Well, I'll be the first one in the comments to be like, false, that's not true. This is what they meant.
Good.
Absolutely.
I'm glad you're doing it. I'm doing it right with you every single time I see it.
No, and you know, but what it does do, it shows you how fucking simple and stupid people are. And it's both sides. It's every side of the coin. Right, left, middle, independent, whatever. You know, there's only about 2 or 3 people that I will take their word on the internet, right? Like there's a couple people I follow for like trading stocks and crypto and stuff like that. I've been following them for years. Other than that, like if somebody comes on and they're talking about aliens, man, get the fuck out of here. Until my
What
eyeballs
happened
see
with
it.
that? It kind of like fizzled out again real quick. That one didn't even last long. I
Well,
felt like there
because
was a couple weeks of Epstein. Then we got a small blip and everyone was like, distraction. And then we had a real distraction because we were bombing the shit out of a country. I mean, that was quite interesting. Like, man, we're all over the place, man.
well,
We are
because the
all
aliens,
over the place. But guess what's the one thing that's been consistently around? You
Epstein,
know what?
Epstein.
Oh, no. Who gives a shit about Epstein anymore?
See,
Fuck
that's
it.
the problem.
Nothing is going to happen.
That's
so why
the
do
problem.
we even care? I don't think it's a problem.
They got you.
No, they didn't.
got
They're
you.
not going to do anything about it. You can't do anything about it.
So
you
what?
want to do
So what?
something
You
about
just
it? We
so
need
you
to
just let it
rally
go?
4 million people, all armed, to do something about it.
My point is, but that's what
never
they
gonna
want.
happen.
They want you to say, "Oh, fuck
Now, I'm
it.
more
Who
concerned
cares? Let's move on." That's how they get you.
I'm more concerned with things like Malbot or whatever it's called, that program
Notebook.
where AI can talk to each other. But that's what I was going to say. That's the one consistent through all of this. AI. AI hasn't gone away. And I think that's the thing that people should be worried about.
Well, there's nothing. It's the same thing with Epstein. You can't do anything about that. You either inform yourself with AI or you're left back in the dust. Same exact situation. You know, the way I look at it, the reason aliens went away so fast is because nobody gives a fuck. Nobody cares about aliens, whether you believe them or not. Like, it is what it is. You know what? I would hope that we're not the only fucking people that are out here because we're not very smart. You know, I would hope
Let
that
me
we
ask you
weren't
a
the
question.
smartest beings out there.
Is it even worth living in a country which is as technologically advanced as America is? Like, isn't life more comfortable when it's simple? You know, like, and I'm only asking this because, you know, my thoughts, I've thought of moving and getting away from this place.
Well, it's everything is a race, right? Think about like when we supposedly went to the moon. It was a race. It was a race against the Soviet Union, right? So whatever, everything just has to be first. Like Trump right now, he wants to be the crypto capital of the world. It's not that he wants
His
to
Board
have
of Peace program is wild, bro.
it's not that he wants to have the best crypto policies. It's that he wants to be number one. Everything is like everything's a game. Everything is got to be the best. We want to be the best at AI. We want to have the best stock market. We want to have the best this.
Well,
It's
let me
not
ask
about
you,
the
what's
quality
wrong with
anymore.
that as a world leader? I mean, what else is he supposed to say?
Well, no, I'm explaining that's why we're not living comfortably because there's so much competition and it elevates every time. That's why, yes, it would be nicer to be back in 1994 wearing Janko jeans, riding bicycles. Yeah, hell yeah, it would be greater. But if we were back there, we'd be a third world country today. So it's a everything's got a, you know, the fact that in, like I was saying before we got on here, in Texas, you call an Uber and the fucking car pulls up and there's not even a driver in it. If I told you that 2 years ago, would you believe me? No, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. If we were out on Market Street drinking and we got into a car and there was no driver, if we were drinking, we'd probably think it was fun. But normally, like, would you feel comfortable with some fucking random ass car?
Absolutely not. I would never get into one of
That's
those
crazy,
cars.
right?
An autonomous car, I would never get into it. I
That's
mean,
crazy.
imagine if in that moment that you're in the car, a hacker decided to hijack and you can't get out, or he disables all the brakes and says to the programming, drive 100 miles per hour until you crash.
Yeah, I saw a video of a guy who, and I can't remember where it was, but he's going to the airport and he's in the back seat and he's filming the whole thing. He's like, this is absolutely fucking bonkers. And the steering wheel's moving and the GPS, it's like a ghost is driving. And then they pull up to this construction site and there's a guy holding the red stop sign and like veering into like one lane road, right? So it keeps driving, and what they had done is they had just poured fresh concrete on the right side of the road, but the car's supposed to go to the left around the cones, and it just drives boom straight into the fucking concrete. And the guy's like,
Nice.
"What the fuck?" And then they realize he was like, "What's going on? There's no driver." So you know,
Yeah, but Ronan, those mistakes that's like the learning curve for the technology. The bottom line is, like you said, 2, 3 years ago, you would have never believed that that was even possible or something like that, you know?
how much do you know of Tesla? Like, have you ever been in a Tesla?
Absolutely. I know a little bit about Tesla and
So my neighbor just bought a Cybertruck, and he got that fucking real ugly one, like the silver shiny one.
yeah, that's really the only
God, it's the
one.
ugliest fucking color in the world. So he was telling me
It's
that
called stainless steel, motherfucker.
it looks so terrible.
It's like a
It
DeLorean.
looks like an old dirty fucking spoon. It's did you know that there's speakers in the seat that occasionally will make a fart sound?
Hmm.
What the fuck is that?
I don't know, but
He
I
said
do like
sometimes
the
it just
feature.
farts.
I like the racing game feature where you use the actual steering wheel and play the like Mario Kart, but Tesla's version of it on that big ass screen there. Have you ever driven a Tesla?
No.
So they're actually crazy. It's so I got in. I don't know the different models, but there was one like the Plaid or something like that. It's like their
That's a nice
fastest or
one.
their best. Very
Yeah.
nice, very
Yeah.
fast.
Yes.
But they have like a mode on the touchscreen there, and you can put it in what's called ludicrous mode. Ronan, when you step on the accelerator and just take off and hold it down, I guarantee you it's the fastest thing you've ever been in.
Yeah, I'm afraid to drive a Tesla for that reason. I have a
So
feeling if I drove it, I would
powerful.
fall in love.
Oh my God, you would fall in love completely.
Because there's a
And the
Tesla
self-driving
dealership.
feature, you would probably do TikTok videos in your self-driving feature every day.
There's
Knowing
a
you.
there's a Tesla dealership in Tampa, and I went in there just
Our boy John's trying to get a job with one.
it's who?
John Laura.
So listen, I was getting my glasses, and the Ray-Ban store right next door is the Tesla joint, and they had all of them there. And the guy was like, "Do you want to do a test drive?" I was like, "No." He's like, "Well, we have the Cybertruck outside." I was like, "Bro, no," because I know how I am. I would get in that thing and fucking fall in love and leave that bitch with a Tesla, and I can't get on board.
My nephew Josh bought one, and then after he bought it, he blacked it all out. It looks amazing. It looks like Bruce Wayne's car.
Yeah, it's
He's
interesting.
wild.
I do like the whole, like, especially after this weekend. I probably put 200 miles on my car going to these fucking soccer tournaments.
You would have gone round trip, no
It,
problem with one charge.
well, it would have been nice to not have to drive at 5:30 in the morning. So how does that work? So you sit in the driver's seat, you don't have to press the gas or the steering wheel, nothing.
They don't do
It
anything.
just you
You know,
just sit
kick
there.
back and read a book.
Get the fuck out of here,
Technically, obviously, this is strictly for entertainment purposes only. Enjoy the show. You can go to sleep.
dude. That would
You
be.
could just go to sleep if
Could
you wanted to,
could you go
Ronan.
to sleep in it though?
Fuck no, I can't even let it take over for 1 second. That feature
Dude,
would
my
not be
anxiety,
in
I'd be
my.
like this.
And that's the nice thing because there are people that don't like that, and they don't have to pay for it. So it's a feature. It's an upgrade.
So it doesn't come with the car. It's just a
No, it's like a
program.
$10,000 upgrade for
How
that
much?
program. I think $10,000.
God damn.
Yeah, it's expensive. It's not cheap.
And so that's
But
the life of
Ronan,
the
it
car.
it it drives you.
So let me ask you
It
this.
does turning and
Do
directions and
you have to be in the
stopping.
driver's seat?
Absolutely. You can't be in the back seat fucking or something.
So let me ask you this: Do you get stuck? Do you get done for a DUI if the self driving's on?
Yeah, because you're behind the wheel
Okay,
of that's the technical law,
but
behind the wheel.
if the self driving is on, you probably shouldn't be getting pulled over because it should be driving speed limit correctly, right? So your odds of
Technically,
swerving are much better.
technically, yeah.
So that's what the drunks should do. They just get self driving cars. You could just be drunks.
Or just call an Uber and we'll pick you up.
And that, or call an Uber, and then the self-driving car will come anyway.
I mean, they have it out in Vegas and stuff like that. There's big time out there.
Yeah,
This
Austin, Texas
autonomous
is like
cars.
their hub for doing it with Tesla.
They have it everywhere, dude. It's going to be the next thing in 5 more years. AI will take over Uber drivers, even.
Dude, in the
There will
next
be no
5
Uber
years,
driver, and you have to get into some fucking stinking ass fucking car.
listen, in the next 5 years, we're gonna look back on this episode
Oh my
and
God.
say, wow, that felt like 100 years ago. Shit's gonna
The one
be.
thing I'm a little disappointed in is the movie Back to the Future. They said by the year 2015, which we've obviously passed that, we would have the flying cars. That would have been cool to actually have come true. I don't think flying cars will ever be a thing, honestly, for the simple fact that when you get in an accident in a car that's flying, there's probably a 99% chance you die because you fall out of the fucking sky.
No, I think you'll
You know what I
see
mean?
things. Yeah, I think you'll see things more like single person like drones,
That fly you themselves.
or that you fly. Like they already have them now. What are they called?
Yeah, I've seen them, but dude, do you know how much money that is? Like, that's a lot of money. That's not cheap at all. My
I mean,
drone that's this big, which is a very advanced drone for what it's capable of, was like $800.
dude, you could get like a self-flying like a single passenger drone for like 100 grand. Think about that.
100 grand. How many people will have 100 grand to just
You
spend on a
finance
drone?
it. People go out and buy an F-250 for 120,000.
Yeah, but
Think about it.
that's
Would you rather
practical
own
compared to a drone. What are you going to do with a drone? How do you make it work for you?
you
You can make an
commute with it? You
F-250
take it
work.
to you go to work. You miss all that traffic. You commute with it. Fuck
That's
all that noise. I'm going to the beach. Whoop whoop whoop. Bam. I'm on the beach. Hey, fuck your
dude.
red lights. You know how long these lights are down
All right,
here.
let me ask you a question.
You sit at a red light for 7 minutes.
You're not scared that you fall out of the sky, that something goes wrong?
They have parachutes, and I'll tell you what. I already have a plane. So when
I
XRP
already have
goes,
a plane. You don't have a plane.
listen, when XRP goes to the moon, I've already got the plane I'm buying. It's $2.1 million, and it's a Honda.
I know it.
And it has a parachute because I don't like flying, but it has a parachute option, and then it also has this red button. It's called self land. And what happens is, like, let's say you're incapacitated. Let's say I'm flying and heart attack, whatever. And one of the kids gets up and hits this red button. The red button will land itself and correctly do all that. However, if something happens where the plane's going down, you also have the parachute option.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting. The Honda
I've
Jet.
seen it.
That thing's
I've
dope.
seen the Honda Jet. I
And
know
it's
a man who has the Honda Jet.
yeah.
Yeah, he was part of well, I want to be discreet about this, but he was part of a group that I was affiliated with the National
people?
Automobile Dealer Association group. What?
I said, what, gay people?
No.
Well, in a couple years, you'll know 2 people with that jet. Me. And I'll send it up there, pick you up, bring your bitch ass down to Florida.
We gotta have
But
a farm in Florida. That would be cool.
I'm gonna have a runway on it too. But I've
Sound like a fucking drug lord now.
Yeah. Hey, have you ever heard of a vision board?
Huh?
Yeah,
Have
so
you started one?
I've started a vision board, and
They're actually really powerful and inspirational.
yeah,
They help people get to their goals, because exactly the name of it.
yeah.
You have the
It's
vision in front of you. It's a daily
so I
reminder.
have it. I have all my monitors that I trade with stocks, and on the left side of the wall on a big ass poster board, you have that with things that are important to you, and they're little reminders, like keep grinding. There's days where you don't feel like doing it. There's days that you feel like you're a failure. Things aren't going your way, but then you look over and you're like, this is why I'm doing it. Fucking keep grinding.
Yeah.
Keep on keeping on, brother.
All right, so let's grind about this for a hot minute. We were talking about it before the show. I found this to be so fucking awesome, and we'll touch on AI for a quick second. I'm watching this video and it's these rockets coming into Tel Aviv. And all of a sudden you see this fucking AI shooting lasers at it. I was like, oh
Yeah, I
my
saw
God,
that.
that is awesome as shit. Well, come to find out that's not AI whatsoever. That's real as fuck. It's called the Iron Beam. And it is a real technology that the
That was some
Israeli
Star Wars shit,
government
dude.
created. And the thing that I really appreciate about it is it's the beginning of it, and they're having a lot of success with it. It was launched at the end of 2025. They're having a lot of success with it. And like anything, technology grows and gets better. And from the jump, and I told you this, Ronan, from the jump, a shot, one shot, like when we shoot a missile, it costs taxpayers money to build that missile, R&D that missile, test that missile, build that missile, and then eventually use that missile. This technology, it's like $1.50 to $3
That's
per shot,
crazy.
and they're just using bursts of energy that they're shooting at these targets at light speed. It's absolutely and unlimited ammunition as long
Yeah,
as
when
you
you
have
think about
electricity.
that, it makes you wonder, like, what is out there that you don't know about? Like, that's crazy, that kind of technology. And I've never heard of that until
Recently,
recent.
yeah,
I
it
mean,
just
that's
came
the stuff
out.
that's stuff you hear about. You're like, yeah, okay, whatever. And then it's like, oh shit, okay.
Literally, it came out at the end of 25 and was being used this last week.
I
You
saw the
know,
video. I know exactly what video you're
it's
talking about.
absolutely incredible. So it's as new as it gets. I have seen things with like laser technology being turned into a weapon, but seeing it used in real battle and
You know what
being successful, and just $1, bullet took out a $10 million piece of steel and warhead and the whole nine. I mean,
you
that's
want to talk
that's that's
about
crazy, dude.
you want to talk about new technology? You know what I saw today? China has come out with a drone that is the size of a mosquito.
Yeah, I've seen this before.
That's
That's
fucking
crazy.
crazy. Dude, think about that. Like, think of the recon you could do on, dude.
What I
Think of
thought
your
was pretty
government
cool.
releasing shit like that.
That's just, to me, something like that is on the level of spy, not everyday use, unless they wanted to, like
Monitor your people.
deliver a plague or monitor people or something like that.
I mean, you could literally fly that joint into any conference, any meeting, and listen to every single thing.
You know what's
Hey, have you
crazy
ever
about
heard?
that? You said the size of a mosquito, right?
Yeah,
Just imagine a chunk of steel or whatever material they're using this big is capable of making 100,000 of them. That's
yeah,
what's scary. Like,
yeah.
so this could be in the trillions effortlessly. Little Chinese kids burning their fingers to the bone, making little tiny mosquito drones and shit.
Which is
That
scary because
they're the extra kids. They're all the little girls that were born.
yeah, yeah, exactly. And our kids can't even fucking make themselves a sandwich. Fucking dummies. But yeah, I remember about 10 or
So true.
15 years ago, I heard somebody say um that birds that there's certain birds that are like spy drones, and they would sit on the wires, and that's how they fucking charge themselves. And I was like, that's the stupidest shit I've ever heard. So I would say after 2020 is when I've really like woken up. Like, I'm completely different today than I was 5 years ago. My whole life has completely changed.
I
And
think
like,
woke by itself has been reinvented with just AI and the introduction of it over the last 2 years.
yeah,
Like there's a
it's
whole new type of woke.
like conspiracies, dude. Like, there's not too many out there. I'm like, nah, I'm not buying that. Like, I'm pretty much on board with, when I say on board, I mean like there's not many things out there that I'm like, no, that's impossible. You know?
There's some truth to every conspiracy.
Yeah, I mean, I hear things and I'm like,
Start.
that I could see that,
Yeah.
where others are like, they're just, there's no critical thinking. They're like, oh no, there's no fucking way, there's no way. And I'm like, I could see that. That
I'm
could,
still interested in that whole entire thing with Joe Biden being waterboarded and shot by firing squad in Cuba. That one was crazy to read about recently.
did you hear about the whole Jim Carrey thing in France last week?
With like that not being him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a guy, fuck, Alexis Stone, I think is his name.
Using the same Joe Biden quote unquote conspiracy technology with masks and all that, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So This guy, I think his name's Alex Stone or Alexis Stone, some shit like that. And supposedly he like that's his thing. Like he creates these masks and he impersonates people. Like there was a video of him impersonating Jack Nicholson, like getting out of a limo, like acting like he's all drunk.
Jim Carrey's probably the real Jim Carrey's probably dead because he on Jimmy Kimmel,
Yes.
put the Illuminati sign up
Yeah,
and
yeah. So
like you all know, stop laughing, Jimmy. You
and you know
know.
what though? In all fairness, did you hear the crowd? They were all just laughing at him like it was all a fucking joke. That's
Yeah,
how
and
simple these people are.
yeah, he's probably dead, dude.
And
And
that's what
someone
a
like
lot of
Jim
people.
Carrey dying after something like that would be too much. So they got a
So
body double. They got a Joe Biden.
then there's a video that came out after the show, and it's a video of the real Jim Carrey, and he says, "Do I have your attention now?" And then he shows it says 2027. So that's interesting. Oh, it says, "Do I have your attention now?" And then so this guy has come out and said that it was him at this show. He says it was not really Jim Carrey, it was me. So
Interesting.
it
This is
didn't
weird,
even
man.
look like him though.
I saw this one video the other day. It's Trump, and you just see his right shoulder, and then this woman behind him, and like her face kind of like morphs for 1 second. And I'm thinking it's AI, but it's kind of scary because, what if it's one of those moments where they're throwing it in our face again?
Are you talking about the one where the woman's eyes got all fucking weird?
Yeah, it got weird. Her jaw changed a little bit, and she was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
she said something about blah blah blah. We're the ones who put you here.
Dude, there's some I'm telling you, man.
So crazy.
Now, you know what I'm hearing a lot of is reptilian people. Do you
Oh,
hear
that's a
any of
fun
that?
one. Yeah, we
Huh?
should just go down the rabbit hole of talking about all these conspiracy theories
Dude,
and
I'll
see
tell you
what
what,
we
man.
can spark up.
I have some fucking legit rabbit
Let's just make
holes.
that our whole next episode. What do you think?
I have some
Let's
legit
have fun
rabbit
with it.
holes in my repertoire. I think it's even saved under rabbit holes.
But no, think about it. You go on Jimmy Kimmel and you throw up a sign like that, right?
Yeah.
And the next thing you know, like within a handful of years after doing that, now there's body doubles impersonating you. You don't see him really making any movies. Who is this guy? What is this guy? What's going on? Did they off Jim Carrey?
I mean, he kept going on it too. Like he didn't just stop. He kept moving with it, and that's when they were kind of like, "Fuck, dude."
You go to fucking Ellen's page and there's pizza party this and pizza party that, and you have all these. My God, dude, what
Yeah,
is
dude.
going on? It's wild.
Listen, I could definitely do I mean, I know we were only going to do a couple videos of the AI versus reality. I've got like 75 videos, and some of them are some of them are real, and some of them are like, hold on, let me show you a video real quick.
All right.
So let me show you a couple, and I'm gonna put them out there. You tell me if they're real or AI.
All right, go for it. It's AI. Next.
All right, let me see here. That's pretty good. That.
You know when you know it's AI is when they're like things like that. They're just dragging ridiculous amount of stuff
Okay,
behind
you ready?
them.
You ready?
Yeah, go for it. All right, go for it. It's obviously AI, but
This is pretty good though, isn't it?
what's the purpose of it? Hey, bro,
Dude, yeah, that's
Bro.
crazy.
bro. You
Yeah.
have way too much time on your hands.
Dude, that's
Like way too much time on your hands.
hey, oh no, you think that's bad? Watch this one. This will be the last one.
All right. This is whack shit. What's the matter with you, man?
Dude, that one with Tom Cruise, that shit was dope, dude.
That was pretty good.
That shit was I saw that, I was like, is this a new movie? Dude, I love AI. I think AI is the greatest thing ever created. I used to love the internet, and now I love AI. I think it's fantastic.
Fun.
It's the greatest
There are
thing
some
ever.
amazing things you can do with it just really quickly. And
But
I'm working on a couple projects I told you about. I can't wait to see how that turns out.
Yeah, I told you that the
I'm
last
all
few
week.
months I've been writing a book, and
I know. We talked about it.
I'm getting close to the end of it, so I'm hoping to see how that works out. But I think it'll be it's called the Restaurant Diaries. It's going to be about the stories of working in the restaurant industry, and all the fucking lunatics I've crossed paths with, and all the crazy ass stories, and more of like a funny kind of lighthearted book.
Yeah.
Trying to keep myself from fucking being too serious because this shit's getting crazy out here.
Well, actually, now that you're mentioning it, I'll share with you and tell you you know about it, but I'm working on another little project, another podcast. It should launch if everything goes well and I feel comfortable next Thursday. What's next Thursday's date? The 12th. I think it's the 12th. Thursday the 12th. I will have my first episode that I do.
Well, make sure you share it on here so we can follow it too.
Yeah, I will. It's just going to be a podcast really targeting a certain audience. So it's not going to be broad and just for anyone, but it's going to be about the day in the life of a service advisor in the automotive industry. And it's just a topic that I'm very experienced with. I have 20 years experience in it. And I think that there's a group of people that would really follow this and it could be funny. And I'm doing it more or less because I wanted to see where my range is with podcasting and just really get to learn and grow. Ultimately, the PTE show is my number one commitment, and that's what I would love to see succeed one day. But I think I have to understand podcasting more. We have no formal training. We just said one day, let's
We just
podcast.
a
Let's figure it
microphone and a
out.
camera.
Yeah. And we've been true to that, and it's been fun, and we've stayed committed. And I think now we're just in a place where we're exploring. I mean, you're writing a book. I'm doing a piece on writing something as well. Nothing like yours, a little bit different. Mine's an informative ebook. I want to do this other podcast. So, this is an
Yeah,
hour a year. You know what I'm talking about.
yeah. I think it's cool though that we've tapped into new things and we've gotten comfortable. I think that we've been doing this since what, September?
Yeah, we
We
started in
haven't
the
missed
end of
haven't missed the
September.
show. Like we're consistent, but more importantly, like we're real, we're raw, we're ourselves. We're not like some fucking we don't put on a mask when we come on here. It is what it is. You like us, great. If not, go fuck yourself.
Yeah,
Like
and don't
it is
get
what
us
it is.
wrong. We've experimented with things. We have sounded foolish. Have had funny moments and embarrassing moments throughout all of this, but it was all in line with, learning and being okay with falling before you walk, crawling before you walk. It's okay to fall down every once in a while, scrape your knees, build some character.
And ultimately, I've always looked at this as like a FaceTime call, like, and if other people are listening and they like it, great. It's awesome. It's just two long-term friends just chopping it up.
Yeah, there came a point where we started realizing like if we just treat it like that, we're
Natural.
letting the world or whoever wants to listen in on our FaceTime.
Yeah. I think in this day and age, a lot of people they're afraid to disagree with people. Where you and I have had a relationship of damn near 40 years where I've got no problem telling you that you're fucking wrong,
Yeah,
or
absolutely.
and you have no problem telling me that you don't like what I'm saying. So that's a very unique situation because a lot of times if like look at like a relationship, right? If you're with somebody and they do something that drives you crazy and you bite your tongue and you hold it back, they're going to just continue to do that. They're not going to ever acknowledge that that bothers you, change that it's bothering you, or even talk to you about it. So then what happens is you just end up fucking resenting each other and you move on. So I think that's one of the core pieces to the PTE show is that there's times that you will call me and you'll be like, I don't like that you do this, or I don't like when you say this, or I don't like this. And then I'll say it to you. And instead of us getting butthurt, it's just kind of like, oh, well, fuck you. All right. I won't be.
No, we've always put the show first and said, well, if you really believe passionately enough to share that with me, it must be something that we're not seeing, and we would work with each other, I think, really well in that respect. So this is, all a testament to the learning curve of building a podcast, and it's
I
just
will
fun no
say,
matter where it goes.
I will say, I never thought that I would ever look at you and we would be this gray.
Oh my God.
Like I still feel like we're fucking 12 years old in P2. I always feel like I'm still 12 years old. And then, like, I look at myself, I'm like, Jesus Christ, like, you look like you're fucking 73, dude. You look like a goddamn Unabomber.
Jesus.
Luckily, my hair's still, what's that? Look at that. You see that?
Yeah.
Shit. Fucking
All right.
starting.
Before
All
we
right.
get off this show tonight,
Yeah.
really quick, What are your serious thoughts about what's going on in Iran? Where do you see what do you see happen? Okay, I'll start. I think the current government that's being overtaken right now isn't in there for another 45 days. No matter what they say, no matter how much they threaten and say we are doing this and we are doing that. I think they're running out of resources. And if I had to guess, I would say they've only experienced about like maybe 5 to 10% of the United States' military might. Like they're just chumps. We're literally kicking a rock across the parking lot, in my
So
opinion.
I
And they're
heard
the rock.
I heard a comment this morning, and somebody asked Trump about the bombing in Iran, and they said, something about, how do you feel about the new? So once the Ayatollah was taken out, there was a new guy, and then they took him out. And then Trump goes, well, look at me. I'm over in Iran. I'm in Iran right now creating new jobs. Fucking king troll, dude.
He is
Talking about
amazing.
creating new jobs. I don't know how I feel about it, to be honest with you. I haven't really put a whole lot into it. What confused me the most, I don't know how I feel about the Middle East, man. I don't know enough about it to like I know that you've got a lot of family and that's kind of hits you differently. I don't understand why Iran, whatever the fuck it's called, why they bombed like other countries. Like, why did you go at Saudi Arabia? Why did you go at Dubai? Why did you go at Qatar? Like, that to me was kind of stupid because that was almost like oh, have a temper tantrum, fuck everybody. But what they did was now the Saudi prince is like, fucking, let's go. Like, let's have at it. And they
I
really,
don't think they were, in my opinion. I think it's something that the United States government is being extremely advantageous with and using it to their advantage instead of saying no, they were targeting us. I think those were like fucking haymaker shots from Iran, and they just happened to hit those targets. And the United States was like, "Well, look, huh, they're attacking their brothers."
yeah, I
I
don't
think those
understand
were,
that.
if I were the US, that's what I would do. I think those targets were meant for US targets. I think they were mistakes if you ask me. Maybe I'm
So I
raising
told
some controversy here, but
I told you about the tweet that the Iranian ministry put out, and it said it was a picture of the hotel that they hit, and they said Iran helping Dubai
lower the prices.
vacation rates go down by bombing this fucking hotel. They thought they were Trump for a second.
So let me ask you something. Now that I said what I said, who's to say that a little account wasn't created and that wasn't?
No,
Dude, I'm
exactly.
telling
Nobody.
you, I don't know why they would have targeted those countries. Maybe because they're showing support with facilitating US military bases right there in the region.
Well, and
Those
then there was
countries
some.
do have Air Force bases that the United States work with and
Well,
run or
there was a couple fighter jets that went down in Kuwait by friendly fire, stuff like that. But I don't know. I don't know how I feel about the whole thing. I haven't.
lasers, man. Fucking lasers. What the fuck?
Yeah, that shit's crazy. I saw this.
Greece,
I
dude.
saw this laser come out of a fucking naval ship, and I didn't know if it was.
That's AI.
I didn't
Well,
know if
no,
that was
some of
real.
them. There might be some of them that are real. There might be some,
That's what I'm
but I don't
saying.
know if you're
AI
going
is
to see
getting.
the.
It has gotten really good, dude.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to see the U.S. military sharing that video. So it's probably AI with someone talking
Yeah,
about it. But yeah,
but
Greece
it is.
fucking standing up where the British couldn't do shit with their own air base in
Yeah, you know what? On that
Cyprus.
note, I've heard people saying that because people are like, oh, they're celebrating in Iran for what Trump did, and then I hear that that's actually not true. They're actually chanting "Death to America." So it's like you hear all these different
No,
stories. So I don't really know what
here,
to
I'll help
believe
you.
at this
I'll help
point.
you set the record straight. From my understanding of it, of all the people in Iran that were living under this regime or whatever the fuck you want to call it, under Khomeini, Ali Khomeini, there's like 10% or what's equivalent to 9 million people that are radical Islamists that hate this. But the rest of them, no. 90%? No way. They want their freedom. Now, the question for me is how many of them want it to come at the price of having a king again and a monarchy? Because before Ayatollah came in and the Shah was overthrown, it was a monarchy. I mean, it was lavish and it was a wonderful country and it was sophisticated and educated and fashionable and had a huge, like, European vibe and feel to it. I don't know. I have no idea what in the world these people are going to do. You know that their Prince Reza, who's exiled, lives in Bethesda, Maryland, right?
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah. Well, it was his father who was exiled. He was a boy at the time, 40 years ago, 47 years ago. Now he's, almost 65-year-old man, 60-year-old man. But, what do the people want? Shit. Bring the king in all goddamn day compared to that fucking oppression.
Yeah, it's
Remember,
great.
they used women as objects. Think about this. Forcing them to dress the way they did. That was like a symbolic way of showing how the man is dominant in the Muslim religion, and this is the way it should be. They forced women to do that.
Dude, I
That's
heard something
ridiculous.
today. I heard this thing today that really was an eye opener. It said that a bird in Iran has more rights than a woman because a bird can go outside on its stoop and sing a song and chase a squirrel, and a squirrel has more rights than a woman because it could be outside and show its hair. And I was like, God damn! Like, I know that's a little far fetched, but at the same time, it's like, fuck, dude. Like,
No, it's
why would you not be
that's
for
what's
that?
crazy, that it's that drastic and far-fetched to make the reality come true. And there's fucking idiot liberals here in this country that are saying stop the war in Iran. Every time they say that, to me, it's a slap in the face of the people of Iran and in support of that oppressive government. I
Well, they
mean,
did the same thing with Mexico. Mexico, and like Venezuela. Like the minute we got Maduro, they were like, "Oh, Maduro must be set free." And they're like, "Do you realize what just happened? Like these people, like what are you talking about?" Like again, back to the beginning of this show. People don't do any fucking research. And they just they read the first headline, they don't research it, they take it as fact. It's like the media, dude. Listen, in all my life, I never thought I would say this. There is only one person who is semi accurate on the news, and it's the fucking weatherman.
Jesus Christ.
He's the most accurate person on the fucking news network is the goddamn weatherman. And what was 10, 15 years ago, you would be like, this guy's a fucking idiot. Why do they even have these people? I
Right?
don't believe, listen, I don't care if it's Fox News, there's not a news network on the globe that I will take serious. Nothing.
Now, you have to understand there are some
There's factual stuff.
pieces to news that are actually factual, but
Yes.
sometimes when it's far-fetched or sounds like a distraction, that I question. I get it. No,
I'm more interested in people like us. Like I hate using the word influencers because I think that's the fucking lamest thing in the world. But there's people who do research, and they like a guy named Ian Carroll. Like he does thorough research. Like I would tend to side with him more than I would side with any fucking news outlet who is paid to tell you the same bullshit.
you should have seen down in Frederick County Public Schools what happened the other day at the Board of Education
I did see it
with
on your
that
boy
guy.
on your boy's website.
Yeah. Let's leave it at that.
They're trying to, your
Dude,
boy Wes Moore is trying to shut down that whole thing in Hagerstown, right?
the ICE facility?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's talking about how it's unconstitutional.
He's unconstitutional.
Dude, while he was doing it, he was playing a rap song by the Far Side. And it was like I'm sitting here thinking to myself, I was like, am I supposed to take you serious? Like, is this a rap video or are you being like authentic here? Dude,
Dude, fuck
Maryland
Maryland. My cousin
Maryland
was
is
telling me
cooked,
the
dude.
other day, I don't know if I told you, she's looking
Maryland
down
is
to
cooked.
move down to southern Florida on the Gulf side. And that pumped me up big time because, that would be nice for
You'd love it
her.
down here, dude. It's a different world, man. This is the way I
Absolutely.
look at it, right? Florida is the closest. Florida is the closest state that I think America should be. Where everything is depressing and dark and deep. You know what? Why not do it in paradise? It doesn't make it as dark and deep if you're walking outside the fucking palm trees and
What's the weather
sand.
like today there, right now?
It's 88 degrees. It's hot as fuck too.
Is it really?
Dude, yesterday was hot as balls. It was like 89 degrees, and dude, the kids wanted to go outside, and I was like, no
Ask
chance.
me what the weather's like here.
What is it, like 60?
There is, and I'm not joking, there is a quarter of an inch of ice covering everything.
I was going to say, look back out the window. I can see it on your glasses. I can see the snow. Yeah, fuck that noise.
Yeah, there's a 1/4 inch of ice on everything. It's one of those days where like you have to go out and start your car just to get the ice off. The ice
Bro.
is in the door handles. The ice crinkles when you open the door. It goes,
Dude, the only ice I want to see up there is fucking getting illegal immigrants out.
oh my God.
Look, I got sunburnt. Look at this.
Go
That's
fuck
how
yourself.
hot it is. I got sunburnt yesterday.
No, brown cow.
All right, let's land the plane on this fucking pony show.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, well, thank you for joining us on this latest episode of the PTE Show, where we just kind of enjoyed ourselves, went freestyle, and I hope that you catch us out on YouTube at The PTE Show or TikTok at The PTE Show. Well, until next time.
You fucked up, you bitch ass. Peace.